We respectfully request the Sangha great virtues for the sake of this assembly and all living beings. Please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach and guide us how to end birth and death, leave suffering and attain bliss, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung thính đại đức tặng thính, vì thứ Pháp vội gặp nhất thiết chúng sanh. Tịnh chuyên diệu pháp giao đạo ngã mùng, như há liễu sanh thoát tư ly khổ đạc lạc, tốc chuyên vô sanh. Homage to the Blessed, Noble, and Perfectly Enlightened One. Nam mô Sa Đan Tô Sư Chế Đô Ye La Hơ Đi San Miao San Pu Tô Xie. Nam mô Tạc Đạc Tha Tô Gia Đa Gia A La Ha Đế Tam Miệu Tam Bồ Đà Toa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma in 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I'm able to see and hear, I will receive and maintain it. I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual principles. Wu shang sheng sheng wei miao fa bai qian wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de shou qi yuan jie ru lai zhe shi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Great Master Ching Liang, Great Master YongHua, all good monks and nuns, and all good no advisors of Emitofuo. 诸佛菩萨、精良大士、师父上人、各位出家人、各位善知识，阿弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa Thanh Lương Đại sư của Từng Tiến Hóa, quý thầy cô và quý vị thiện sư thức A Di Đà Phật. Hello everyone. Today is the 21st of February 2025. We here go for us, and thank you for joining our discussion of the prologue of the Avatamsaka Sutra. We are in the door number 2, stores and the teachings contained within it, and we are on slide number 1275. All right. Thank you very much. All right. While they are working on loading up the slides, we can recite Wanyin Bodhisattva's name. Cultivate. Let's not waste time. Okay, 1273, thank you. Okay, we have a lot of different files, so it's not surprising that people will sometimes mess up, but I apologize for wasting your time. All right, Master YongHua is talking about cultivation here. So to me, it's a treat because it brings back all the Dharma he teaches, the thing we learn back to execution. And that's the purpose of learning the Dharma is, first of all, planting the seeds for your future wisdom, okay? Just like the rice you eating, the bread you're eating today is because someone had the foresight to plant the seeds in the ground and put in the hard work and bring the hard work to fruition. And then other people took care of those seeds and then make bread, make rice for us, okay? Cook rice for us. And therefore, this is the same thing with cultivation. Cultivation is it's an investment. It's a long-term process where you need to understand the importance of a long view. So that's why these instructions, these sutras, these lectures are very important. I feel that that's the responsibility of a left-home person, is to share with you, not the nonsense that we talk about. I talk about a lot of nonsense, okay, because I get bored too. I need excitement too, just like you. But I think monks and nuns are very critical for you to learn to speak sutra, explain sutras, and this is a chance. I give you plenty of chances eventually. I have a few more years left. People have been complaining, so how come Master you keep on talking about by the time you die? I'm talking about long, long into the future. Make no mistakes about it. Okay? No hurry to leave. Okay? I'm very attached to having fun here. And so you monks and nuns will have a chance to explain sutras, and I think I'm bringing more people and training more people to replace you, because what happened to us is that when we started about 20 years ago at Lu Mountain Temple, practically at Lu Mountain Temple, before that it didn't count, because I was not really receiving any disciples. I feel that a monk's job is to receive disciples and train them. You don't just receive disciples, you need to train them. Pass on your knowledge. Same thing with you parents. You need to teach your children, know how to teach your children, and so that they can become responsible and useful citizens of the world, okay, and have a good life. Same thing here. Monks and nuns, I feel that part of your jobs is to speak sutras. So therefore, when we started a long time ago, Lu Mountain Temples, it seems so long ago, we were very busy, and we didn't have a lot of choices for people. Only losers would consider shaving their head under me, okay? Let's be real. And so we really lucked out, because with the Buddhists and Bodhisattvas' help, we got a lot of support, and we were able to teach and transform a lot of these people. And they're whiners, they're losers, they're not the best, like Master YongHua disciples, okay? And so we turned them to Sanghas, and then lo and behold, within 10 years or so, they surpassed Master YongHua disciples. And then, and now it's much more interesting to me, in the sense that now I have to teach them how to train the next generation themselves, and then they have to learn to speak Dharma themselves. And the last 20 years, frankly speaking, we've been extremely busy, and you get busier every year, not easier every year at all. now we're at the point where we're getting more help, and now I'm hoping to offload my monks and nuns, in particular the abbots. I'm hoping to offload them and train their replacements so that they see how to train their replacements. This is what we do in corporate America. Before we get promoted, we need to train our replacements. Okay, and so that's why eventually you see more. Hopefully, within 10 years or so, you see more and more of our people speaking sutras, speaking Dharma, and then make a lot of money. Excuse me. We never could figure out how to make money. It's so sad. After 20 years, I'm still confused. I have no clues. Okay? I'm such a loser myself. Anyway, how do we get there? It doesn't matter. I ramble. Okay, and so the speaking Dharma is very important. You listening to the Dharma is also important, and that's how you plant the seeds for your bright future. Okay, it's really, I'm very grateful that you give me the chance to explain the Dharma to you. It started with 1 or 2 people back then, and then in Long Beach, and then we moved to Blue Mountain Temple, and so your coming to listen to the sutras, these lectures are very important to us, and thank you for that. All right, so here in slide 1273, Master YongHua is making comments about, he's teaching about, he's kind of telling us how he taught Chan and Pure Land. And back then already, although he's a patriarch, meaning he's responsible for transmitting all the 5 schools. We see the emphasis was already, training is about, next generation is about through Chan and Pure Land. I didn't know that until we looked at this section here. I instinctively thought, I love Chan, so I like to share my love with you. And then Pure Land is the reality for you. Most of you cannot keep up with us. You're busy, you have families, you have commitments to your work, your communities, your family and friends. You're different from us, and therefore one of the best ways for you to plan for your future is definitely, by far, based on Buddha's teachings, go to the Pure Land at the end of this life. Don't take any chances. You've been wandering, samsara, wandering in the wheel of reincarnation for so long now. This is why you're here and suffering and enduring a lot of hardships. And it doesn't have to be that way. Just go to the Pure Land. So you see, back then, Master YongHua, he started teaching. He said already, he put a lot of emphasis on Chan and Pure Land. He says Chan and Pure Land are the same. All right? But different purposes. Chan is you're reaping the benefit of your hard work this lifetime, so that you can make a difference this lifetime. Pure Land is that you plan for your future, a much longer term. Your life span is about 100 years maximum, okay? And so it's only so much you can do this lifetime. Pure Land is forever. You go to the Pure Land and you'll be under the guidance and the assistance of Amitabha Buddha, and he will be there, he'll be with you until you become a Buddha yourself. It's such a cool thing to do, to go there and say, okay, Buddha, I'm here. Do it. Do your thing. I'm kidding. Yeah. Okay? So it's so fantastic. You make it there, that it's like you made it. It is irreversible. You will continue to make progress and become a better and better person. And that's what cultivation is about. You become better. When you cultivate, you may not see it, you become a better person. Why is it important? I don't know about you, but I do it because I like it. I like myself better. I like people less, but that's a different story. People become so ikia. You know? The more you like yourself, you say, why can't they be like me? Anyway, such is my retribution. All right, okay, so going back to slide 1273. Okay? K-YouTube comment, go ahead.
네, 이거는 10시 법문 시간에 올라온 질문인데요. 안녕하세요. 최근에 집안에 불단을 지었습니다. 작은 삼존불상과 부처님 목걸이들을 네모난 나무 상자에 넣고 천을 덮었어요. 이게 맞나요? 이래도 되나요? 환기가 되지 않을까봐 무서운데 이 나무 상자 위에 향을 올려도 되는지 궁금합니다. 또 집 안에 불단을 모실 때 주의사항과 온라인 예불의식 등이 있을 때의 팁을 지도받고 싶어요.
This question was from the previous lecture. Recently, I set up an altar in my house. I placed 3 small statues and Buddha necklace, and I put them inside a wooden box and covered with a cloth. Is it okay to set it up like this? And I'm also concerned that there's no ventilation. And is it okay to place an incense on top of the box? And could you also give me some guideline on setting up an altar at home? And any tips for joining online ceremonies?
Okay, one more time.
I set up an altar in my house.
Okay.
I placed 3 small statues and Buddha necklaces inside a wooden box and covered with cloth.
Okay, very nice. So far, so good.
And I'm afraid there's no ventilation.
Okay.
And can I put an incense on top of the box?
What do you think? How would you like it? If you sit here and someone puts something on top of your head. It's common sense. Don't ask me. Just think of it for yourself. Okay? Okay? I can't speak for Buddhas, but I would not like it. Okay? If I won't like it, I would not do it to Buddhas. Okay? Yeah. Next. That's it? Okay, we're done.
Could you give me some guideline on setting a home altar and any tips for joining online ceremonies?
What? This I completely could not catch any word.
Could you give me some guideline on setting up home altar?
Setting up home altar? Okay.
Yes. And any tips for joining online ceremonies?
And what? And what? Altars and what?
And any tips for joining online ceremony?
And tips.
Yes.
Okay. For online ceremony. Okay. Altars is a good thing to have altars at home, but you should, in general, you should have a place where it's clean and it's not noisy. Definitely do not put an altar in your bedroom, for example, or in the bathroom. Obviously, for obvious reasons. Put a nice place. It's just, again, put yourself in the place of the Buddha. Buddhas are not vain like us, but they like nice places. Okay, so I find the nicest spot in the house, and I would set up an altar there. And I understand that in your country, space is at a premium. So you could probably set up all higher up there, and you can build an altar up there and make it a little bit lower level or same level if you can't do it, and put something like incense burner or censer where you can offer incense. And the purpose of the altar is for you, first of all, to make offerings. Okay? Those statues are symbols for you to give you a chance to make offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and therefore take advantage of it. Okay, so you should have some space to offer something, preferably fruits, pig's heads, and stuff like that, chicken feet. Do not offer meat and fish and stuff like that. It should be vegetarian. Just if that's food. Or offer flowers. Why would you want to do that? You offer those things to Buddhas. In the future, you have plenty of them to enjoy yourself. Okay? So it's cause and effect. You offer things to the Buddha, that's what you get back. Plenty more in return. Okay? And so you offer, people typically offer incense to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That's a very good thing because it symbolizes purity. So it helps us purify our lives and our minds. And then physical things like we offer flowers. In the future, you'll be handsome man. Is it a man or woman? Okay, anyway. So flowers, when you offer flowers, so you adorn the Buddhas, adorn the altar in any way, or temples in any way, and then you eventually will have a very adorned appearances yourself. Okay, that's why Buddhas are so adorned, because they offer so many flowers. And they adorn so many Pure Lands and Buddha lands in the past. Okay, and so that those are the advantages of setting up an altar. Okay, it's a lot more, but we can stop at that. Start with that. All right, and what else? Set up altar and online what? Online something.
Ceremony.
Online ceremony. Okay, follow online ceremony. Very good. Whatever ceremonies you can find time for. I'm amazed at our people. They have so many online events for you. It's wonderful. So pick and choose. Take your pick. Pick whatever you can do. And every time you do that, it brings you great benefits, a lot more than you realize. That's all I can say. All right, everyone, thank you. Thank you for your question. Okay, going back here. So he says, when you investigate chant, when you do chant, not only yourself become a Buddha, you even lose yourself. I think what it means, lose yourself here, don't worry, you're not going to go insane or have dementia or something like that. Lose yourself here is to lose your ego, the source of all your suffering. If you suffer, you have any form of suffering, if you look at it closely, you realize it's from your ego, from the sense of self. Okay? Don't worry about the good and the joy, that's too complicated. But eventually, when you are unhappy and you're suffering, there's a self there that who's not happy. Okay? And so part of the Chan practice here that Master Shiro is talking about here is called the Hua To. They ask about who's reciting Buddha's name. So instead of when you are suffering, you're in pain, and if you sit there like ordinary people and look at the pain and whine and complain, oh, this is so bad. Today's stock market, it crashed. Oh my God, I feel so bad, you know. Yeah. There's so much suffering. Anyway, when you're suffering like that, okay, instead of dwelling on that, you have now another option, another alternative. Like he taught here, he says, investigate Chan, and one of the processes that he taught is to simply, don't have to do anything, sit there and say, who's reciting the Buddha's name? So you get your mind off your suffering, okay, and you focus on the Chan practice immediately, instantaneously. So help is instantaneous, is available, okay, and so that's why the Chan practice here is a very important tool for you. Okay, all of you who've been gone through the training here on Chan, you realize it's a skill, it's a tool you have at your disposal. Okay, so that is what it's used for, is that when you're unhappy, that's when it becomes so helpful to you. Okay, and the one thing that separates you from ordinary people is what? The Chan practice is what really, really makes you so much better than ordinary people, especially the people who don't cultivate regularly like you do. Is what? Very good. Mm-hmm. Emptiness. You're all so empty. You're all spaced out. Okay. Right answer. Yeah, okay, next. What's the next answer? 6.
Endure pain? Can you endure slightly more pain?
Endure. You're willing to endure more. Oh, it sounds like you are a masochist. Not good answer. We work so hard. They want to hear this. Endure more. Come on, I suffer enough. Then you go to after hours, come to a goal force, and you want to endure more. You're so unreasonable. Anyone else? What makes you superior, better than the average person? I'm serious. All of you. Let me tell you, I know you won't know the answer. I'm asking as a rhetorical question. Sometimes, you know, the Koreans figure me out already. Sometimes I ask a question. Only because they're polite, okay? They don't want to embarrass me. Anyway, so we all will eventually get in trouble. Agree or not? Especially with us men, with our wives. Never mind. All the men are now frozen. Not me, I'm very happy with my wife. My point being that we all get in trouble. Yeah? It's no one is spared. Buddhas get in trouble, Bodhisattvas get in trouble. We get in trouble. That's life in a Sangha world. Yeah? In contrast, it's just more advertising. Advertisement. You go to the Pure Land, you won't get in trouble. Not at all. Okay? So you get in trouble here. You all get in trouble. So what differentiates you from the next person? Is who can recover faster. Agree or disagree? You will get in trouble. It's a matter of time. Okay, yesterday's stock market is going well, and today it crashed. Seriously, what did I do? It's because of some forces in Washington D.C. and Eastern Europe. We have zero control. Okay, and bad things happen to us. Okay, and so what makes us different is resiliency. Okay, that we can tough it out, and more importantly, how quickly we can recover. And that's Chan skills right there. Cultivation will make you a lot more resilient and help you recover a lot faster than not. Meaning what? You cultivate little, you have a chance to recover a little faster. You cultivate more during the day. That's why we recommend you do 1 hour a day of meditation, because that will build a foundation, okay, for you to have more energy. It's like charging up your battery. I hate EVs, but that's the principle behind it. You charge the battery, then you use it. Okay, you use it up. So every day you meditate without fail. You charge up your battery, okay, so that you have more energy to work. But also, that process there is simply not charging up a battery, but also recharging. That's a concept behind it, meaning that once your battery is depleted, you can recharge. Okay, so your skill is the more skilled you are, the faster you recharge. Yeah? Is that clear? So that's why you want to maintain the practice and get better at this. Okay, it's for your own well-being. All right? So that's the one thing. And when you get in trouble, that's when you can draw upon your skills to recharge, to restore balance, to recharge faster and faster and faster. That's what makes you different from others. And unfortunately, the ordinary people don't realize it. They don't realize it nowadays, especially when you look for a job, interview for a job. This is what many good companies, good managers are looking for. They do a stress test and ask you to do, throw tests that you cannot perform. It's not so much about failure, but see how you recover from your failure. Okay? So that's how recovery from disaster, from failure is a matter of survival. So you practice Chan, you practice Pure Land, you increase your survival chances. Anyway, yes, you too.
NorCal Daniel asks, "Hello, Master. I rent a room, and I have an altar in my room that I cover with a shift-made curtain, which I uncover when I bow. Is this a bad idea? Thank you."
It's okay. It's like the Japanese. They have this altar. They have, okay, and they have it's like a little altar, and they have doors. They can close it, and when they pray and meditate, they open the thing. So it's the same thing for us. We can use a curtain or something to cover it up. It's okay. All right. So he says here, he's talking about reciting Buddha's name. So there's a practical thing here. Let's say you're so stressed out. You find yourself so stressed out, okay? And you realize, wait, I'm so stressed out. I'm not very clear-headed anymore. So that's when you need to go into recovery mode. Okay? Because ordinary people, they just sit there and they take a beating and say, oh, okay, let me get some coffee. Complain to someone, and so forth. The people in the know would simply go into recovery mode and get rid of this stagnated state of mind. And so they simply recite the Buddha's name. They go, oh, recite Buddha's name. And depending on your skill level, okay, the mere fact of shifting your mind, your concentration away from your worries when you're trouble into a Chan investigation topic helps you recover a lot faster. Okay? So that's why. This is a skill you can use during the day in your daily lives. This is real, folks. Okay? So he says, you cultivate, you eradicate your ego, the source of your suffering, and one of the tools you can use is reciting Buddha's name, the Huato. Who's reciting Buddha's name? It's a practice that we don't teach, by the way. It's because I feel it's inferior. And the Chinese, in my era, when I first started about 30 years ago, is a big deal. But the more I understand Chan, the more I realize, nothing to be excited about. Most of you will not make it doing this. 90% of you, 95% of you will not make it. So why should I teach it? The 5% who make it are dirt poor. The 95% who don't make it are the nice people. So, see? So my choice is very clear. I don't teach Huato because I'm not interested in poor and destitute people. Just kidding. Okay. And so what happened is that this process here, when people say, recite Buddha's name for you who don't know, is that Namo Emitofuo. You say Namo Emitofuo, Namo Buddha, practically. And so this Huato, this Chan practice is that who's actually reciting the Buddha's name? Who? Okay, and the way Master Hsuan explained it here is that you are the one who is reciting, but do you really know who you really are? And so this shows to me that he's not quite adept at practicing Huato because he goes into explanations of the process. It's not meant to be explained. It's just like we tell you when you practice meditation, the way we train you, the first test we throw at you is cross your legs. Okay? If we say you cross your legs because the more we explain to you, or the more you ask questions. Agree? This, Shirley, for example, the more you talk to her, the more questions she has. It's endless. Okay, today at lunch, she has one question, and she patiently waited, and she waited and said, I don't want to monopolize the time, but she patiently waited like 10, 15 minutes and asked the next one, and waited 10, 15 minutes. And so it's very measured, you know. That's the point. The more you give people information, the more they ask. And the Huato, who's reciting Buddha's name, is not meant for you to ask. It's meant for you to focus on that one thing. Who's reciting Buddha's name? Who's reciting Buddha's name? You don't need to understand too much. Just, it's a technique, like very much like crossing your legs in full lotus. It's a technique that you have to bear and do it until you're able to do it, until you master it. First challenge. And then after that, when you are able to master that challenge, then we give you next challenge, okay? And so that's the process here. The same training process, but slightly different. But that's why we don't want to explain too much when we teach Huato, by the way, boys and girls. You don't explain like the way he does. It's too much. Okay, it's confusing. Because I got confused by him. And so he says, you lose yourself, lose the Buddha, look outside, and who is mindful Buddha, who is you, the Buddha. So what is he doing? He's making you think. That's wrong. Fundamentally, that's wrong technique. That's not Chan. If you explain people, you see, when I explain, I only explain to you so much so that to help you reduce your thinking. But when I explain like the style he does here, this is my opinion only, okay, and I'm no patriarch, I'm just an idiot monk, small-time monk. Look around you. How can you trust me? Let's face it. It's not even a real temple. I'm told that the real Buddhists look for a really adorned Buddha hall with Buddhas and gold and, beautiful things. We're not real Buddhists. Anyway, you see, you don't want to think too much, and so the way he explains here, it's confusing to me. It's not helpful. Okay, as a teacher, you only explain enough for people. They should know enough to continue the practice, not confuse them with too much thinking, too much knowledge. And this is a problem here in this slide. He gives us too much knowledge. He's arguing with himself. I'll give you a minute to read it so you can argue with yourself. I don't read it anymore because I'm not into arguing with myself. I argue with you, yeah, but don't know myself. Okay, got it? Any questions about this? No? Okay. So now he brings up, he quote Master Chan Master YongHua, who is actually Amitabha Buddha pretending to be a monk, to be a Chan monk. So he's a real deal. Okay, so what he teaches is extremely profound. Okay, so you want to recognize his names because those are the ultimate authority on Buddhist wisdom, Buddhist knowledge. Okay, and so Master YongHua says, quote Master YongHua, who is a Chan master, who he became enlightened. So it's Amitabha Buddha. As a Buddha, he manifested as a Chan monk, Chinese, an Indian monk. No, Chinese or Indian? YongHua. Chinese. Okay. Agree? Okay. I'm very democratic. I agree with everyone. The majority. So he's a Chinese monk, and he came and to our world in the form of a Chinese man. He shaved his head and he practiced Chan, and he became enlightened. And then he says, if I want to help people, what's the best way for me to help people? The maximum number of people I can help is when I teach them, not Chan, but Pure Land. So that's why he taught. He specialized in teaching Pure Land, okay, using his Chan skills, and so he says, so he can speak with authority. He says, with Chan and with Pure Land, One is like a tiger wearing horns. This life a teacher of people, in the future a Buddha or patriarch. With Chan, sorry, I should stop touching my cord. With Chan, but without Pure Land, 9 out of 10 take the wrong road. So this is so revealing, so telling for us. Okay, that is this is the best way for us to practice, according to Amitabha Buddha, is both Chan and Pure Land. Okay, meditation and reciting Buddha's name. How many people in the world are even aware of that? Not many. Okay? Even the Buddhists, the devout Buddhists, they said, I'm a Chan. I practice Chan. And they look down upon Pure Land. They said, Pure Land is for weak people. That's, I used to think. Okay? And then there's Pure Land people like a Vietnamese. Lots of Vietnamese here tonight. Okay? Republican Vietnamese. Yeah. And so the people, especially the Vietnamese, they're very smart, because the Vietnamese traditionally many of them love to practice meditation. But they didn't realize that they practice Hinayana meditation, not Mahayana meditation. Mahayana meditation is Chan, Chan is Mahayana. Hinayana is like Vipassana, breath contemplation, breath counting, metta contemplation, all those things. Okay, so they practice those things. When you practice the Hinayana meditation, okay, you have to be extremely, extremely careful, because they were not taught the primordial, the most fundamental requirement for practicing meditation is what? See, I knew you Republicans don't know very much about meditation. The most important part of meditation is a teacher. A teacher, not just a teacher, but a teacher who has trained successfully before. Meaning that he had trained enlightened disciples before. Okay? To give you an analogy, you go to community college, you have professors there too, yeah? But not many of them have trained PhD candidates. Yeah? And that's why their knowledge can go so far. They cannot go ultimate all the way. So far, so good? Same thing. In meditation, you don't just want to take instructions or learn from anyone. I know I'm going to make a lot of enemies now, but who cares? Look at me. What have I got to lose? Okay? I sound bitter, but because I am bitter and desperate. After 20 years, is all I've got to show for myself. not something you can write home about. Okay? Anyway, how do I get there? I got afflicted again. I can't write home. You weren't even listening. The Koreans, I understand. Chinese, I understand. But you Vietnam people? I'm talking about you. Okay. So the problem is that the Vietnamese, and I know this because a lot of people came to me and talked to me about it. I read about it a lot myself. The Vietnamese love meditation. Blessings, right there. They have a lot of blessings. That's why they like to meditate. Okay, no two ways about it. But many of them work very vigorously, meditated very vigorously, and quite a few of them got into demonic states. So now the Vietnamese Buddhist community say, don't practice meditation because you get to demonic states. Be careful, be careful. So no one practices meditation anymore. And most of the Vietnam people would practice Pure Land only because it's safe. What they don't realize is that if Master Hsuan is right, Chan and Pure Land are the same. What does it tell you? Even if you recite the Buddha's name, you still can enter demonic states. And many do. They just don't talk about it. Okay? Yeah. And so Master YongHua says, the best thing for you is balance, Chan and Pure Land. Okay? You meditate and then you practice reciting Buddha's name. Then you are like a tiger with horns. Tiger with horns, meaning that tiger is ferocious, it's scary animal, it's powerful. Okay, a tiger is very powerful. It takes its paws here and slap you in the face, you lose your jaw and your life. So it's a scary animal. It has power. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Why does he need a horn? A horn? Because it's the devil. No? Where have you been? Does it ring a bell? You are the most boring people I know. Should go see more movies. Anyway, horns, I don't know why the Chinese are obsessed with tiger with horns, but horns here has even more weapons, even more dangerous. And so it's even more scary. He's saying that Chan is like a tiger. Pure Land, like you add horns to the tiger. All right? But the point I'm trying to emphasize for you here is that if you practice, if you cultivate, you build up your inner strength. Okay? The inner strength there is what comes out. That makes others fearful of you if they're up to no good. Yes, Wei Mao.
Master, it's just the Vietnamese stuff. Just they say if you have a horn, like mình bị cấm sừng, it's like somebody cheating on you.
Go back to Vietnam. Are you a citizen? Yeah. Do you want to translate into Vietnam for the rest of Vietnamese? Don't translate that. There's no need. Okay. It's not just Vietnam where people think like you have a horn. I mean, you've been cheated, but also America too. No, Americans too. No, Spain. No, you don't know anything about this. Yeah, the expression like where you've been, like your wife cheats on you. Spain too? See, so it's universal, not just Vietnam. But for China, and that is most point. China, no such a thing, right? So what do you say in Chinese when your wife cheats on you? Green hat? Are you Chinese? Are you for real? These people, you don't look Chinese to me. Anyway, green hat? Explain green hat to me. This is the first time I heard of it. Yeah, seriously. This is so Chinese. 6, yeah. People who has a green hat.
Yeah, so
You know, like if a baseball cap is green.
Yeah.
You don't. This is why you Chinese people don't wear a green cap.
yeah, you don't
Never?
don't please don't. Yeah.
Yeah, when I try to buy some hoodie.
Hoodie
For
with
my
with
husband,
the
we
sweatshop
won't-
with the hood thing.
Yeah,
And the
we
husband
won't
said, "No
choose-
way, don't you dare."
No,
That kind of
no
thing,
green,
right?
just no green.
No green.
Yeah, no green hoodie.
I see.
Hat, no green.
So, wow. But why green? Why not like pink?
Just green.
Wow, we learn so much in these lectures. You guys are missing out so much when you don't lecture. I'm learning so much. How weird the Chinese are.
Yeah, so it's just cheated.
See, they can't even agree why they wear a green hat. Isn't it pitiful? Okay, you Chinese work it out. Horns here, I don't care about your cultural thing. Wearing horns here refers to the fact from a Chinese that's more dangerous. Because the now instead of watching out for the jaws and the paws, you also have to worry about eagle and use a horn you. Yes, you too. Maybe a Chinese answer here. I'm disappointed in you Chinese people here. Yes, Wei Mao.
Tang says green hat only applies to men, not women. And Jane Clymer says no man would wear a John Deere cap.
Yeah. My president wears that. Okay. That's it? That's all the wisdom you have from China? Six, go ahead.
Apple find out on Wikipedia that in ancient days, those men who will be using their wives to make money by whoring them will wear green.
By horning them?
Like sell their wife as horse to make money for themselves. They will be wearing green things. So as a result, now we laugh at those people wear green hat as being cheated. So that's just Asian days. I did not know that till now.
How do the Chinese thinking is weird. Chinese men think of the wives as business.
Those low lives, yes.
Yeah, it's business.
Yeah.
And then how does it go into the fact that it's a business, therefore it's beneficial for him? How do you go from that business to that you've been cheated?
The business is based on you being cheated and you make money out of it. Right?
No, you're cheating your wife. You look at the wrong side, girl. We American look at it, I'm cheating my wife.
True.
I tell her I love her, but actually this is what I learned from movies. The pimps, they have so many girls, they all tell them, I love you, I love you. So they have many wives. True or not? No, never mind. See? So I fail to understand. How do you progress from using your wife and then being cheated? Anyway, but that's Chinese for you. Even their own people don't understand anymore. Okay, anyway, Thai wearing horns is that it's another set of weapons, a lot more dangerous. Okay, and this life a teacher people. So if you want to, so what Master YongHua is saying is that the better teachers right now for our times is those who practice both Pure Land and chant. Okay? Yes, JMT. Yeah, while they're working on the sound, YongHua, everyone is YongHua, and he's going to talk about men and horns. Can you do ChatGPT on tiger wearing horns? What does it do to tigers?
Hello, Master.
Hello.
예, 질문 드리겠습니다. 때로 좌선을 하고 플로토스라고 금강경을 이제 암송을 할 때가 있습니다. 그래서 처음부터 이제 끝까지 이제 쭉 암송을 하는데 때로 이제 금강경 암송을 하다가 생각이 이제 고요해지면서 생각이 끊기고 그래서 금강경 이제 독송하던 게 멈춘 다음에 가만히 있다가 나무 아미타불 연불로 이제 전환될 때가 있습니다. 그래서 꽤 이제 연불이 잘 될 때가 있는데 여쭈고 싶은 게 금강경을 독송을 하다가 다 마치지 않은 상태에서 연불로 이제 전환이 되는데 때로 연불을 이제 끝까지 계속 하면은 될지 아니면은 금강경 독송을 시작했기 때문에 금강경을 마저 이제 끝내는 게 맞을지 좀 여쭙고 싶습니다.
Sometimes I sit in full lotus and I recite the Vajra Sutra from the beginning to the end. And then my thoughts stopped, and then I recite Namo Emitofuo. Sometimes I recite it very well, but sometimes I couldn't finish reciting the Vajra Sutra and then started reciting Emitofuo. So in that case, should I keep reciting, or should I finish reciting the Vajra Sutra?
Go back to Vajra Sutra. All right? All right, so the tiger wearing horns, a teacher of people in the future, a Buddha, a patriarch. So actually Master YongHua is reminding us here, patriarch is very lofty and deserve respect from us. Okay, what they do is important. I'm reminding me that with chant without Pure Land, 9 out of 10 take the wrong road. This is very important for you to remember. Okay, take the wrong road here. If you are not careful, you take the wrong road and you get in big trouble. Okay, and so beware. Be very, very careful. Meaning that if you're like I used to be, I used to look down upon Pure Land because of the Pure Land practitioners. They practice for a long, long time, and none of them have to worry about demonic states. I said, what's so good about it? You're stagnating. Yes, 6.
Master, the wrong road means demonic states, or
they are not going where they want to go. That's what the wrong road is about. They cultivate. Ultimately, you want to cultivate because ultimately you will become a Buddha. You, all of you, with all the little things even with the little things you've done so far, this is enough for you to eventually become a Buddha yourself. That's the ultimate reward for you. This is the most wonderful thing that could ever happen to you. Okay? That's the purpose of cultivation, is bring you closer and closer to that goal, to that big reward, that big prize for you. Okay? And because it will take many, many lifetimes. And so when you take a wrong road, is that you get away from your objective and you're wasting time. You're losing time. Eventually you get there, but you're losing time. Okay, that's all it means. You will get lost, you will lose your way, you lose time, you will suffer. Yes, DTT.
마스터 정토 수행에 관한 질문이 있고요. 제가 알고 있는 정토의 수행은 일단 정토를 가고자 하는 발언이 있어야 되고, 두 번째 정토 연불삼매에 들어야 되고, 일단 한번 끊을게요, 상우스님.
I have a question about the Pure Land practice. For Pure Land practice, we need to have a vow to go to the Pure Land, and we need to enter the recitation samadhi.
그 다음에 제가 알고 있는 거는 이제 정토 왕생의 등급, 정토의 그레이드, 영토 왕생의 이제 정토 왕생의 등급을 결정하는 그레이드로 알고 있는데, 이제 이렇게만 하면 그냥 정토의 수행에 이것이 전부인지가 궁금하거든요. 어떻게 보면 선에 비해서 좀 심플한 것 같아요. 네.
And I know about the reverse grade. Is that are they all for the Pure Land practice? I think it's simpler than practicing Chan.
Safer or simpler?
Simple. I think the teaching of the Pure Land is simple.
Simpler. Okay, simpler than Chan. Yeah, it's simpler. So go to Pure Land. Don't practice Chan.
이제 마스터께서
You're still not happy. What do you want?
네, 만족스럽습니다. 네, 감사합니다.
Your problem is I don't know how. I can have a feeling how much your husband must suffer. You have such a discriminating mind. Every time I teach you something, you learn something new, you say, I like this, I don't like the other one. I like this better, I like that better. Every time is a discriminating mind. Okay? Even in Pure Land, if you practice Pure Land without practicing Chan, you still need to reduce your discriminating mind. Stop discriminating so much. Okay? All right. Poor guy. And that's what we call karmic debts. All right. Are we done here? 6? Yeah, we're not done. Okay.
Sorry, Master. How come those practice Chan without Pure Land would take the wrong road?
It's because Chan is similar to driving a red car. Okay? Okay, the higher the speed, the easier for you to get in trouble. Only takes 1 split second for you to get in trouble. So 9 out of 10 actually is because the Chinese are not very good in arithmetic. I would go 99999 out of 1000 whatever. Okay? It's not 9 out of 10. It's 99.9999% will get in trouble. But clearly, Chinese are not into statistics and math and so forth. Okay? Yes, Wei Mao.
Hello, Master. Another Pure Land question.
Of course.
So, when you have the medicine Buddha plaque, does it help you to continue to be able to cultivate in the Pure Land once you get there?
Yeah, cultivate going to Medicine Master Buddha is also Pure Land.
No, Master, no.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
Okay.
My fault.
I was listening to your talk. So let's say I die and I got the 49 days and I got to the Pure Land.
Emitofuo, I hope you don't.
And then
You're so morbid.
and then, Master,
You're too young to die. I mean, I'm worried about you now.
so kind, Master.
How about what if Daniel dies?
Okay.
Okay, number 5, continue.
Okay, so let's say I die, I got the 49 days and I get to the Pure Land.
Okay, suppose you die. Okay, that's
Okay,
continue.
so I got to the Pure Land. Now, my medicine...
Isn't he so adorable, Daniel?
Master, so my medicine Buddha plaque, does it continue to give me more blessing to cultivate, continue to create blessing for me in the Pure Land, or my medicine Buddha plaque just stop working?
What kind do you have?
What do you mean, what kind, Master? Medicine Buddha plaque, how many kinds do you have?
Okay, just for tonight, forget it. But we can negotiate. Still have a question?
Master.
You still unhappy?
Not happy.
Okay.
It's
Oh
a
my
permanent
God.
medicine Buddha plaque, so it doesn't help.
Help
It
what?
doesn't, it doesn't continue to give me blessing to cultivate in the Pure Land.
I gave you the answer already. Let's talk about it.
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome. Next, I think. This happened, we have to have doubts, oh, it's not me, we can't. You see, he's thinking. This is so wrong. It's funny, no one ever asked him this. The more explained to me, Master, you are telling me, the more I should think about this process. I produce more thoughts. Okay. Who's reciting Buddha's name? One thought. Oh, it's not me. That's number 2 thoughts. Who becomes Buddha is the number 3 thought. I can't become Buddha, that's number 4 thought. You see that? Fundamentally, the technique is wrong. I know I've been tiptoeing around this for many years, but tonight, for some reason, I'm fed up. You know, it's right when you learn who becomes Buddha. Even it's easy to go straight, there's still lots of people cultivate Chan. For if no one cultivates it, that Dharma wouldn't exist. I too investigate Chan. I've been looking for a long time who is writing Buddha's name all over the place. Have I any luck? Well, I'm not as dead as I was before. Okay. So, it's a good thing. Any other questions? It's too much talk. Okay? Anyway, too much talking. Oh, I can do that too. I can do. They have false thoughts, false thinking. I keep on looking. False thoughts. You're not. Okay, there you go. Okay, what he says is correct. Okay, in principle, he says correct, but when he explains, this is my beef with him. When he explains the Huato, who's reciting Buddha's name, for me, I disagree. Okay, but other than that, his Chan is bellissimo. Okay, it tells you that no one's perfect. Not even patriarchs are perfect. Okay, I'm saying this because people have thoughts of false thoughts, such as, no, my fault, Mr. Chan's behavior. Okay, so his people whine and complain. Why did you tell me? that there's a wonderful Fochi there, Buddhization thing there, and you didn't tell me. And he says, I forgot, it was my fault, but actually some of my disciples wanted, and he's referring to his left home people, disciples, wanted to go home and see their parents, okay, and during the Fochi session, and he said, yeah, it's okay. And why did I do that? He says, 1279, I have a good reason. It's because I want them to learn and practice filial piety first. Clearly, these people, this is young people, and you young people nowadays, don't practice, are not filial anymore, and that's a big concern. Okay, if you're not even grateful to your own parents, that's wrong. And that's an important point to stress. You don't understand it now, it's okay. But when you become parents, that's when you begin to understand. You get what you deserve. Okay? So fundamentally, it's important for us to be filial to our parents. So some people wanted to go home and visit the family. And he says, okay, you can go home. And he says, and eventually, for these people, and actually it's out of wisdom with these people, if he stopped them, they would have felt very afflicted and would have left. So he gave them an expedient. You can go home, okay, and release your pressure, be comfortable, and then hopefully you'll come back and resume your training, resume your monastic training. And so he sounds wishy-washy, but actually he's very calculated. He's very savvy. Sometimes you need to be patient. Training is not always beating people with a fist. Sometimes you have to be flexible. Okay? So this is his line, his state. Everything is okay. His state right now, okay, but at the time he died, that's his mindset. Everything is okay. And that's called great wisdom. What does it mean everything is okay? Is there a Chinese expression, everything okay? See? Not in Chinese wisdom. How about Vietnam? Everything okay? Liar. Korea. Is there such a thing? Such expression in your Korean, in your culture? Is there a thing that says everything okay? Not translation. I'm talking about the mindset.
다 괜찮아.
There's a line. You just translated everything's okay in the Korean. Is that the line? The same line? Koreans really lack imagination. Anyone else? There is no such a thing in any culture, by the way. No such a thing. This is his personal style. His is great wisdom. Yes, DTT.
모든 것이 공하다라는 뜻 같아요.
It means everything is empty.
True empty.
No, it's not okay. So what does it mean everything is okay to you? I'm close tonight by explain to you a little bit about this Dharma door of Master YongHua. What he tells you is that that's what he's practicing. Okay? He says, my Dharma door is not hands and eyes, is not Shrangama mantra. My Dharma door is everything is okay. Chinese didn't know about that. None of his disciples know, by the way, none of them. That's why I want you to be the first one to know about this. Yes, 6, only tonight.
To me, that means no matter how it is now, it is the way it's supposed to be.
The way it's supposed to be. The way it used to be. No. Next Chinese person. 6.
Until it means according condition.
According conditions. No. The other 2 Chinese person. They said they raise a hand when we talk about Chinese cultures. I remember those 2 right there. Now they pretend not to be Chinese anymore. Cannot take the heat. You guys are real characters. You are chameleons just like Master YongHua. One day Chinese, one moment Chinese, next moment Vietnam. Too much. Okay. What does it mean? Master Z.
Master, I think there should be no discrimination.
No discrimination? No Jumi? Okay. That's a code word for discrimination from now on. No Jumi! Yes, you too.
Zhehong says in Chinese we say 一切皆可. If I read that correctly.
一切皆可. Huh?
Yeah, I think.
What's 皆可? Oh.
Yeah,
That doesn't help. What is a jie character?
Jie is everything.
Oh, right? That's why I said. The Chinese do this to me all the time. I said jie, and they said no. And then they end up telling me it's the same characters I'm thinking of. Okay, 接个, okay? 一切皆可. Okay, so it means I am not afflicted no matter what you do to me. Because his disciples drive him crazy. That's why. Now you know his truth, his secret. He keeps on telling everyone, everything is okay, no problem. If it's everything okay, no problem, why do you have to say it? Yes, DTT.
더 컴플레인이 절대 아니고 모든 것이 문제가 없고 번뇌가 없다는 건 공하기 때문에 가능한 경계가 아닐까 싶은데요. 컴플레인은 절대 아니에요.
I'm not complaining, but everything there's no problem and no affliction. I think it's a state of emptiness.
I agree, totally. Everything okay by me?
죄송합니다.
She gets it. Okay, you got that? It's funny, he keeps on saying everything okay, okay, no problem. He said, if it's everything okay, why do you have to bring it up? We stop here tonight. Thank you, everyone.